It is a chaotic world out there. Our society is digging deeper on a daily basis to find inspiration and motivation. As life hits hard, we are here to provide life lessons, inspiration, and words of motivation to help you with the long game and keep pushing forward.
Life lessons and quotes from Southern Grandma. You're the bee's knees. Translation: if Grandma's calling you the bee's knees, you must be doing something right. Many hands make light work. It means never underestimate a little help. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Translation: when Grandma offers this advice, she wants to ensure that we don't count on something that may not happen. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Translation: this classic proverb either encourages action instead of standing still, or reminds that it's hard to put down roots when you're moving. Pretty is as pretty does. Translation: made famous by Forrest Gump, this phrase reminds us to look a little deeper. A stitch in time saves 9. It means a little effort now may save you lots of effort later. You'll catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Translation: kindness works. Try it. It was like herding cats. It means something very difficult to do. Have you ever tried to herd cats? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Also means beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. It means the loudest problems receive all the attention. Don't judge a book by its cover. This means you shouldn't judge someone based only on what you perceive, without knowing the full situation. The early bird catches the worm. Translation: Grandma is a proponent of being proactive. A watched pot never boils. Translation: take your mind off things. The time will pass anyway. Too many cooks spoil the gravy. Translation: if too many people are involved in a task, it will not be done well. A penny saved is a penny earned. This means don't forget about that savings account. Don't put the cart before the horse. Translation: first things first. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Translation: you feel more affection for those you love when parted from them. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Translation: you should not concentrate all your efforts in one area. You could lose everything. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. There's only so much you can do, but do what you can anyway. A rising tide lifts all boats. It means no room for envy here. Make hay while the sun shines. This means use your time wisely. Beggars can't be choosers. It means say thank you and move on. There's no accounting for taste. Translation: different people like different things, especially things you don't like. Grandma's taste is impeccable. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Translation: it is a constant source of happiness and pleasure. This phrase is from John Keats and Endymion. Goodness gracious. This means exclamation of surprise, dismay, or alarm. Don't take any wooden nickels. It means beware the useless. Don't permit yourself to be duped. Birds of a feather flock together. This means people with similar interests or values tend to relate and band together. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Translation: a thank you will suffice. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Translation: you shouldn't criticize others when you have similar faults of your own. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Translation: you have to go through something seemingly not nice for a good result. A trouble shared is a trouble halved. This means don't underestimate the power of a good friend's ear. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It means keep what you treasure. let the rest go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. This means healthy eating all the way. Home is where the heart is. It means your home will always be the place for which you feel the deepest affection, no matter where you are. Early to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This means a gentle reminder that Grandma still cares about your bedtime and general well-being. This phrase is attributed to Benjamin Franklin. This isn't my first rodeo. It means Grandma knows. She always knows. She's letting you know she is prepared for situations. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This means, if it works, leave it alone. There's no use crying over spilt milk. It means there's no point of crying over something that has already happened and cannot be changed. You're a day late and $1 short. This means it's not ideal, too late and of no value to take a position. I love you, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. It means, 'cause she's Grandma, that's why. This phrase is used to emphasize large amounts, a lot. You're barking up the wrong tree. This means Grandma doesn't have time for this. You're entering into a wrong, misguided course of action. Fortune favors the brave. It means go boldly, Grandma says. It doesn't cut the mustard. This means whatever it is not quite up to par. Confession is good for the soul. It means she already knows anyway, somehow, so you should go ahead and come clean. More than you can shake a stick at. This means that's quite a lot, indeed, more than anyone can count. Strike while the iron is hot. It means seize the day. Do something immediately while there is still a good chance to do it. Share and share alike. This means divide equally, and everyone will be happy. The apple never falls far from the tree. It means we get our character traits, qualities from our parents. There's more than one way to skin a cat. This means if at first you don't succeed, there's surely another strategy to try. As I live and breathe, it means if Grandma's surprised, you'll hear this immediately. The phrase is used to express surprise at encountering someone or something. You're preaching to the choir. This means you're working too hard to convince people who are already on board. Don't buy a pig in a poke. It means Grandma would not recommend buying something sight unseen. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. This means Grandma's good at offering much-needed perspective. You're making too much of a minor issue, blowing things out of proportion. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. This means you can always count on Grandma to be realistic. Every dog has its day. It means good fortune comes to everyone eventually. If it had been a snake, it would have bitten you. This means keep your eyes and wits about you. You're the cat's meow. It means high praise, excellent person or thing. It doesn't amount to a hill of beans. This means something of little or no importance or value. Grandma is still a pro at offering perspective. Hurry up, we're burning daylight. Translation: it's time to go. This is how Granny lights a fire under the kids, grandkids, and Grandpa. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. This means if it's appropriate for one, surely it's appropriate for the other too.